We do love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds. I'm joined today by my good friend Danny Rumsey, which I'm sure you all know in the chat. Thought we'd do a bit of a subscriber show today, get some people on for between 5 and 10 minutes, rather than getting a few people on screen at once where we're all sort of shouting over each other. I thought we'd try and get you on individually, see if you've got anything you want to talk about. If not, we'll put some stuff to you. And yeah, just have a general chit chat about Leeds. We're over halfway of the season now. We've had a great Christmas. We've had a poor start to 2025, and I thought it was a good idea, don't you, Danny, to get some people on and see other opinions?
Yeah, it should be good. With the amount of people we've had in chat lately, it should be good.
Yeah, it's been popping off over Christmas. It's gone really well, so hopefully we'll have a fair few people. It'd be nice as well, Danny, to get some different opinions as well. You know, get some. I'd like some Fark outs, which I'm sure Sean's going to jump in at some point. He might be first in the chat.
Well, but he might be a Fark out. I'm a medley A, and I think he played on weekend.
Right, Danny. Good night, Danny. We'll see you next time, pal. But no, it's all good. So, like I say, we'll rather than bringing everyone on at once, like we've done in the past, we'll try and just bring one on at a time, and we'll just see how it goes. And when it's time for the next one, we'll see. Yeah, we'll just see how it goes. But I'm going to bank link in now, guys, and yeah, we'll just get through whoever comes through in whatever order. But there's a link. So yeah, if you want to join into the lobby, and then I'll just bring you on one by one, and we'll have a chinwag. But yeah, please like and subscribe. Absolutely buzzing out channels going at minute. Really nice to get Danny on, friendly face, and yeah, just looking forward to Harrogate now, Danny.
Yeah, I think it'll be an easy game. I'm going 5-6-0.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Easy game for us, or Harrogate? Which way is that going?
Leeds.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting lineup, isn't it, Danny? I think we're all looking forward to seeing what his lineup is, because none of us can call it. We don't know if it's going to be wholesale changes, like you said. We don't know if Mellier is going to play. I expect him to come out. You're not too sure. It's a really interesting lineup, this one, Danny lad.
It is. If it were me though, I'd be giving people like Smith and Gillavogie and Crew and all them lot a go. Even if you've still got some senior players in there, you know what I mean? It's still good.
So well, let's say we've got depth, haven't we? So it's going to be nice to see what it does. But right, so without further ado, we're going to bring in the first one to come in, which is Sean, aka Fark out, aka Fark out. How are you doing, Sean? Can you hear us?
It's that Irish Wi-Fi, isn't
it? Yeah. Sean, you're in. Can you hear us, Sean? You're on.
Are you there, Sean?
All right. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can see you and hear you, mate. Yeah, I think there were a bit of a delay there, but yeah.
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Are you well? Are you
Brad.
Good?
Yeah, there's a bit of delay, I think.
It's right, mate.
Yeah, good. Yeah, how are you?
Brilliant.
Matt, have a good Christmas.
Matt,
have a good Christmas.
I'm just going to drop out and come back in after.
Right, Danny, no worries, mate. I'll drop you out. Yeah, all good, Sean, my end, mate. Really good Christmas, New Year were decent, and then Leeds played a couple of games after, mate, and it sort of changed it a little bit. Yeah.
I'm trying to fix the delay. No, I think it should be a bit better now, maybe.
Hopefully, mate. How are you feeling in general about Leeds United?
Not too bad actually. Not as bad as other people, I think. I think I'm starting to calm down a little bit more. I think people are starting to lose their heads a bit. Like, the more the week has gone on, the more Danny's got in my head about Meslier starting. The more he's got in my head than he has about Meslier. He's just, it's starting to make more and more sense as the week has gone on.
Nah, it won't start. It won't start, mate, against Harrogate, surely not. I mean, I don't know about the Sheffield Wednesday game, Sean, but Harrogate's a no chance for him starting.
Danny.
No, do you know why I actually think he starts on Saturday? Because we're not going to have probably that many shots against us, so he'll be all right. Get his confidence up a little bit.
Yeah, but you say that, but I could see Harrogate bringing it, mate. And if they do have imagine if he plays and has a howler, he's got to pull him out of this game.
Yeah, but what happens if Darlow plays and has a howler?
Yeah, but then he's done all he can do, hasn't he, Farker? He's done
all
he can do. I don't think he will. Sean.
Darlow has a howler at first half, comes off second half, and Cairns is in.
Yeah, imagine.
Well, there's only one place that knows the difference between Kuba. There's only one place that knows the difference between Kuba and Meslier. That's counts.
Yeah, true. Sean, what have you made of the comments that have sort of come out today from Leeds-based journalists in terms of it's going to be a quiet window? I mean, I view that differently to a lot of people. I think quiet doesn't mean nothing. Quiet could mean nothing
Yeah,
till 25th, and then we get a couple in, Sean. You know, how do you view that point?
Me and Danny discussed this earlier. One of the other chance, can't remember which one it was. I think it might have been Connors. I think it might have been. And I think quiet. I think it is. I think it's gonna be quiet in the sense that I think it's gonna be only maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah,
which I think
I
would be.
agree.
Which I mean, we don't need much. I think that's what he's basically trying to say. I think we don't need much because if we put too much in, it might disrupt everything. So I think maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Like I'd be looking at maybe. I'd be looking at loans basically. So
Yeah,
I'm
me
looking
too,
at
mate.
maybe a loan keeper, a man from Newcastle, the what's his name? I
Dubravka.
can't pronounce it.
Dubravka.
Dubravka.
Yeah, be right
I
back.
think he might be an option.
Well,
If
You're right.
it's playing tonight, so he won't be coming.
is he? Is he? I didn't see it. So
Yeah.
I'm seeing it. Okay. I think we definitely need a long. I think we definitely need a long keeper. I think we'll look at maybe as some sort of centre back cover,
Yeah, I agree.
and I'd look at maybe a number 10. Number 10.
I think they'll be
the
looking
three
for
I'd
all them
probably look
positions,
at.
Sean. I think they'll be looking at them all. But
I
do
think
you
that'd be it
agree?
then.
Do you agree though, Sean? They're probably going to wait late window to see what. I don't think they're going to go out there and get any of the targets immediately. I think they'll wait and bide the time and to see if any gems sort of come available in the last few days. That's what I think.
Yeah, but that's why we've kind of done it. That's why we've kind of done it the last 2 years.
Yeah,
And I think it's kind of worked. I think we've got some good players there. I think the 49ers has done all right in terms of who we've brought in, who we haven't brought in. Like bringing in Tanaka was an absolute gem. Absolute gem. None of us heard of him, I don't think. Don't think many people heard of him. Danny's probably the only one that might have heard of him.
agree with that one.
Sean, you saying 2 or 3 players, right? So you're saying a number 10. Who are we going to get for number 10? McAtee's going to West Ham.
McAtee's gone. That's out the window.
Yeah, he's going to West Ham. Wendia won't drop down.
No, definitely not. We won't go for Bendia.
Um,
I think a chance for that, something like that. I think it'd be in the summer. That's why I'm looking at loan players now. That's why I'm looking at loan players now. And then
you've got Louis.
Premier League.
You've got Louis Barry that's going to Derby. He's going to Derby.
That's not confirmed yet. That's not confirmed yet. We took an offer at him. If we took an offer at him, who's going to choose, Derby or Leeds?
Yeah, but the thing is with that, Sean, he'll play at Derby. He might not play.
He'll play at Derby, won't he?
I think if we can. I think if we're going to rest Aronson a bit more, I think if we can rest Aronson a bit more, like he's done with Tanaka and Abadil and Ratwell, when you kind of change it week to week, I think that might entice him.
Yeah, but that can also upset the rhythm in and out every week. It also upsets the rhythm of the players.
But they're going to have to do some sort of rotation anyway. They're going to have to. You can't just play them every week anyway.
Right, so we're all saying a number 10. This is all because Fark said he wanted a number 10 in the last window. Who said we were even looking at a number 10?
Well, we kind of need him because we need someone to give Harrison that break.
Yeah. Don't forget.
I don't think he's going to give Harrison that break.
We were looking at a 10 in summer, weren't we? We were looking at Roland Salai, who could play off at right, but also down middle. So I think
if you watch the Angus Kinnear thing on that, he never mentioned Salai. He mentioned Wendia and somebody else at West Ham.
Dr. Cox.
He never mentioned Salai.
He definitely one of you is definitely on dial up here, like.
You know what I mean? So it's
yeah. I think a lot of things what clubs say though, you know, they'll try and pour cold water in a lot of stuff because they don't want the media to get hold of it. They don't want other clubs to think we're desperate for certain players in position. So I don't always believe what you hear from club a lot of time. They try and play down certain roles myself. So I do think we're in for a 10. I do think we're looking at a centre half who can play fullback, and I think we're looking at a keeper. Whether we get them done or not, because Leeds will only do the right deal if it's there for them and they're happy with the player and the personality of the player, which is a lot to contend with. You know, it's not guaranteed they'll get anyone. They won't just get anyone willy-nilly. They won't want to bring a, like you say, they won't want to bring a bad apple into the dressing room at this stage of the season. It's crucial, isn't it, Sean, that they get it right?
Yeah. I think there's the player that I think Joe was saying that was at one of the Argentinian teams. Joe was saying, and he said that he's hadn't had a great season this season. And he's had a couple of rounds with the manager and stuff. Things like that. We can't
That
have
goalkeeper.
That was the goalkeeper, yeah. We can't have players like that because that will disrupt the group. You know what I mean? You need someone that can shake. You need to shake it up a little bit, but not completely throw it out of the bathwater. You know what I mean? And really fighting them, because players like Rodon and stuff like that, you can see the reaction. The reaction says it all. When Meslier made the mistake.
Oh, mate, what a reaction by Rodon.
You can see it. There's about four or five where it's just like, oh my god, that's it. Like, you can't, because then that will.
And then if you look at Pirlo's face, he's like, I'm not giving you two of my spliff again. You know what I mean?
And as I said earlier on one of the chats,
I agree.
I said in one of the chats earlier, I think if Brad was on the pitch, he would have just wanted his headbutt him. That would have been it.
Yeah. Look at this, what Charlotte will come out say. I don't think we get a 10. I'd be surprised if we get a keeper unless Mez goes. Possibly a 9, depending on Joffrey and Bamford. Yeah. I mean, a couple of these positions we're potentially looking at, lads. It might all depend on what goes the other way, because I don't think we bring a keeper if we don't lose a keeper, because we're not going to have 4. And I don't think we bring a striker in if Joffrey and Bamford stay. So I think it's always difficult to bring transfers in when you're waiting on people going out. So it could become very messy. I think we're looking at people, but there's a lot going on. For us to get these targets we want, it's probably going to mean offloading. So it makes the transfers a tricky transfer.
But Bamford's not going to go anywhere because he's got injury. So it'll be Joffrey, if anything.
Yeah.
Got injury, yeah.
Yeah, that
because he wants to keep his little pay package. He wants to keep his little pay package for this year. So then he gets his big pay package next year and we go up next season.
Yeah.
Plus his 20% bonus.
He's flipping toffee bastard.
Right then. Anyway, Sean, I'm going to let you go for now. And like say, if you still want to stream, I'll see what numbers are like.
I'm still hanging around. I'm still hanging around. Jump back in, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going to bring Leeds. Thanks for coming on, Sean. You're a star. You're a legend.
See you later. Bye.
Thanks, my mate. Bye-bye, buddy. Matt, how are you doing, my mate? You all right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Legend. First time I've had you on here, mate. Really nice to see you, my mate.
Yeah.
Good evening, Matt.
One thing I want, do you know the whole Joffrey thing, right? Why does it depend on Bamford when Bamford barely gets any minutes anyway? And Joffrey under Fark.
Yeah, Bamford's played 10 games altogether as a sub, and Joffrey's played 2. So does it make a difference?
It doesn't.
And another thing, Fark sees Joffrey more as a 10. When he's played him, he hasn't played him up front. I think he sees him more of a 10 than a striker.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's a really strange one that's come out and said that, really. And I don't see how it has any bearing for me.
And
go on, mate.
I just feel bad for Joffrey.
Yeah,
he needs minutes. The poor guy. He has quality, and we could be putting his price down. So we're basically just hurting ourselves of how much we can get from him in the future.
Yeah. You got to think, mate. You're literally telling Joffrey now you can't go out. We've got to wait to see if Pat's injured, because if he's injured, you're going to be third choice at Leeds, just not playing still. It's just not fair on him. It makes no sense at all. He hasn't even got, apart from last game, Matt, he hasn't even got on bench for previous 3, 4, 5 games. It's just, he's not playing for 23s, he's not playing for us, he's just in no man's land and he's stunting his development.
Just put Crew on the bench or DeBio.
Yeah.
None of them are going to get on either. It doesn't really matter.
Like you say, you're saying to him, you can't move on because you might be third choice for Leeds. That's just not fair. Let him go play football. Let him go get some confidence, and let him go be the player that we all thought he was 3 or 4 years ago, Matt. Because he's just wasted at Leeds now.
Yeah, he's got the talent. I remember the penny one against Wolves. That was massive. You know, the assist against Brighton.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the talent in him.
100%. Do you think if he was to go to Wrexham or Rangers, which are the two I've heard of, then Hull have come in today, which do you think would be the best fit for him out of those 3?
I'd say Hull, because it's the championship. And I think if he just needs that time, because I think he could do it in the Premier League. We saw what he did in the Premier League. So I think he's got the ability to get back to that level. He's still young. People talk he's what, 23?
23.
Yeah.
23? he's been here for that long that he doesn't feel like a young player, but he's still got a lot of time left.
He's always been like a raw talent, hasn't he? And he just needs that manager. A bit like Bielsa sort of had him under his wing, but we had a lot of talented players, so he couldn't play big minutes, I suppose. But he's got the talent. He just needs that home now, I think, and we're going to let him play. And I think at Hull, Matt, he'd probably play, wouldn't he? He probably would play at Hull.
Yeah.
I think he'd suit Rangers as well.
Yeah, it'd be a brilliant move with Rangers. Brilliant move for him. How are you feeling in general, Matt, about Leeds at the minute?
It's worrying, you know. It's turning into a bit worried because now it's a 4-horse race. There's 4 teams in it. We know what normally happens when it's close. Normally we're the ones that absolutely bottle it. We're normally the ones that slip off at the end. And yeah, it's annoying because it is, you can kind of say it is Melia's fault because, I mean, 7 points we could have, 7 extra points we could have. Like, that's a big difference. But like sometimes just, I think defensively as well, from like one thing I want to look at better is set pieces. Like we always, we don't normally win the first header. That's one thing I don't like. We don't win the first header most times.
Yeah, I agree.
We're the worst team out of the 4 English divisions for set pieces.
Are you surprised? It's what we do.
No.
I'm not surprised.
But it's like Leicester. Matt's on about their thing on that we need to get players in. Leicester could have 2 players through the door in the next 2 days. Ben Barrett and Diaz and Hamza Chowdhury from Leicester.
Oh, you mean Sheffield United could have 2 players in?
Yeah.
He said Leicester. Yeah. No, I agree that the thing is, Leeds will always be stood waiting towards the end of the window. It's what we do. Whereas our competitors, Matt, are doing it right now. And that is a worry because you play 4, 5, 6 games through January. And we're missing... You know, we're missing these players that they're getting in, and we're all going to be vying for the same players as well, potentially, man. And they always get.
I think we should have just brought in a fullback as quick as possible. Like I think Barham's good enough, but it's just that injury history of like if he gets injured, I think Voba should be backup centre back, not left back. Like Voba should be the centre back, not the left back.
Yeah.
And then you bring in another left back, and then maybe Byron plays less minutes, and we don't have to actually worry about him getting a massive injury again.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, you probably know I'm a massive Biden fan, and I'm sure you are, but you've always got that doubt, haven't you, that something bad's going to happen. We've seen it. To be fair, he's been really good with injuries since he's come back to Leeds, but we know we're very vulnerable, aren't we, with 1 or 2 injuries at that back now. I mean, the fact that Voba's been playing left back, like you say, really he's a centre half. You're seeing now Ampadu play centre back. You're seeing him play right, but it's like a lot of square pegs round holes at the minute. And you just want him to go out there and fix a problem, don't you? Just go out and spend some money and bring these.
I mean, it did happen last season, you could say. Like, Bamford went on that run. We went on that run when Bamford got in the team, and then once he got injured, we lost 4-0 to QPR the next game.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the worst days ever last year, apart from Wembley. That one, wasn't it? That would a stinker, that. Do you read much into the mentality of the group at the minute, Matt? Because I get worried about the mentality in terms of two games, we had the points won, late goals conceded. After such a good run, the away form got sort of eradicated and we're looking good, and then the switch off. That's a mental problem for me late in the game. So I know Melier gave that second goal away, he did, and the third goal, he was massively at fault for that. But also the Blackburn game, giving away corner, they got away with it, you know, get a set piece in, score. I start to look at it when you get 2 games in a row where we concede late goals and drop 4 points on back of it. That's a worry to me, the mental side of stuff. Is that going to be something that grows, or do you think it's just a little blip and we move on, pal?
I mean, I hope it's a blip because we kind of, we needed to be a blip.
Yeah.
But like, even like before they scored the third, like Hull scored the third goal, our midfield and our defense was so open. Yeah. And they had so much space.
Massively. It was worrying because even when we were on top and we had the middle of that second half back against Hull, we looked really good to get to 3-1. But you always felt like they had a chance of scoring. Because like you say, we haven't been that open for a long time. I mean, Swansea game were like that, but this season or even last season, under Farker, he has control of games, but you're not surprised that 3-1 up that he actually normally puts handbrake on and goes, we'll just win this 3-1, lads. For some reason, it was like a Bielsa game at times.
For me, even though I think Ampadu's better at centre back than I do at thing, I think we missed Strauch at weekend.
Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. Yeah. Like you say, with Strauch being out, he moved a few different positions about. Strauch's a massive leader in that group, and he's someone that if he went to Spurs, that'd really worry me, because even if you brought in a centre half, you're probably not going to bring someone in up to Strauch's quality in this division now. So it's paramount we keep him, although I don't think he's going anywhere. How do you feel on that one, Matt?
Well, what was it? On Voba.
On Stroud, do you feel like we
Stroud.
massively miss Stroud, and are you worried about him leaving in January?
No, I don't think he go. No, he won't go. He won't leave. If the club do that, then, in my opinion, if we do that, we're not getting promoted.
I agree. Shows it just shows a poor decision there by the 49ers to let him go, because there's no reason to be letting any of our top stars go. I've heard of Tanaka. I've heard of, it's good to get your players linked with leaving, Matt, because it means they're doing something right. You know what I mean? If they weren't, then we'd be looking like what we say about international duty. It's crap they all go on international duty, but if we had them internationals, we wouldn't be as good as we are. So it's one of them. But I just don't see anyone looking at Leeds United this. It's not like we're struggling 4th or 5th, and some lads are like, I'm not sure about this. Maybe I should go. I think everyone in that group, in that dressing room, is fairly confident they're going to go up this year. I'm pretty sure.
Could that be another thing? Like they think, we've already got it.
Yeah.
They go into games like, we've already won this.
That's down to mentality, though, isn't it?
I feel like they had that when they were 3-1 up at Hull. I feel like there were definite like mental slip there, where they thought they had the game won. And obviously, just goes to show you championship. It doesn't matter. We've got more quality than most sides in this division, or all of them, I'd say. But if you're not at it physically and you switch off slightly mentally, you can get punished, can't you, lads?
It's like Marcus just said there. Smith doesn't start against Harrogate. I think Firpo starts, because Firpo could be due to be back. I think Firpo starts at left back.
It's a good game of getting back in. Where do you see that left back position going, Matt? Do you see us bringing someone in, or do you see Firpo coming back and being the Firpo no one loved this season?
I think it'll be Firpo. I just don't trust the club to make the signing, and then you know what will happen? The first game in February, injured.
Yeah, well, that's the worry, isn't it? That is honestly a big worry of mine. I mean, with Firpo, I feel like you're seeing a bit more at Firpo at Prem, not in terms of performance, but the suspensions, the injuries are starting to come back. Whereas last year we had none of this, Matt. He was dependable. He was there every game, and because he played every week, he actually got a run a game and ended up being one of his first names on team sheet. I mean, he's got the best song we sing now at Ellen Road, and who would have thought he'd have had a song this 2 years ago? Right turnaround. But I just hope we can keep that Firpo going, because we all know contract situation. We don't know if he wants to be here or not. We don't know. Yeah, we're gonna have to see how it goes, aren't we?
Well, there is rumours going around that Betis have already spoke to his representatives.
It wouldn't surprise me. At all.
He can't leave, can he? You can only sign a pre-contract.
No, he can sign a pre-contract, but Leeds can actually say to him, look, give us £1 million and we can let him go now. That way, then he doesn't think he can go.
I wouldn't do that.
No.
We already got a small squad.
Exactly. We've got a really good depth for quality, but in terms of numbers, it's not very big. Is it, Matt? If we lose 1 or 2, we really struggle with numbers, man. I agree. Right then, Matt, I'm going to have to let you go, and I'm going to have to let Stevie in, because he's been waiting a while as well. But thank you. Have you got anything else to say before we let you go, buddy?
Not really, no.
Everyone go check Matt Leeds. Out. Yeah, go check Matt Leeds out. Top guy. Take care. Thank you so much for coming on, Paul. Take care, buddy. Speak to you soon, Matt. Cheers,
in a bit, Matt.
Stevie, been waiting patiently. Can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, I have, mate. Yeah, I have.
Are you well? Are you okay?
Bloody hell, that's loud. I'm all right, pal. I'm all right.
I'm a loud guy. How are you feeling at minute, mate? In general, with Leeds United?
I don't know. I need to like shut up.
How are you feeling in general?
I'm okay, but at the same time, I start. I'm pissed off.
Are you? Why is that? Because you feel like we could be doing better?
To stand there, freezing your nuts off, is just not good at all. Watch the dire football, the left, the right, pass back to the keeper, the shit. We've got to be honest about it, man. We've got to be honest, pal. Be honest. What the fuck am I paying a season ticket for?
Love it.
Bring back Bielsa.
No chance.
Oh mate, don't get me aroused, mate, saying that man's name on this channel. I love it.
It's all right saying.
I know, Danny. I've messaged you a few times. And you know what? You've got the same feelings as me, only I will speak my fucking mind.
I love that.
I don't want Bielsa back because we'd have no players fit with Murderball. They'll all be injured.
Exactly, Danny. Bielsa ruined Bamford. He ruined him. That's why his legs are gone. He also ruined half of our team. But you know what? I'll bring him back. Buy another fucking team and get that football back on the pitch.
So I can see clearly, Steve, that you're a fucking.
What do you reckon, mate? You were there. I'm not far keen. I'm far fuck off. I've had enough.
We're top of league, Stevie. We're top of league, mate.
I don't get that shit that goes on that pitch. I've had enough.
Class, mate. I love passion. Absolutely love the passion. Class. What's really rattled you at minute? The Blackburn result.
Yeah. Can I just say, mate, before you? I will stop. I will. No. Before you cut me off, I don't want you to cut me off. I'll stop swearing.
No, go on, pal, it's fine. You're getting some loving comments, mate. You are.
I'm sick and tired of going watching that dross and the mistakes that French frog makes. It's not acceptable. Get him the fuck out of here.
But that's not Fark's fault, though, mate. He's got to play him, hasn't he? You know, he's got Darlow and Cairns. He hasn't got another keeper at the minute. He's stuck with Mellier. The Sunderland result will master.
Fark picks him, so bullshit, pal. That's fucking bullshit.
But who's he got? Cairns or Darlow? He's going to have to pick one of them now, but he's only got Cairns or Darlow, and a lot of people don't agree that
Darlow! Darlow! Here, I'll stand in fucking goal and say more than that, twat.
Oh, Stevie, I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh my word! Like,
get him out of here.
Don't
get him the fuck out of here. Seriously, I've had enough. I go every game. Every fucking game, and I am sick and tired of the 49ers saying we've got no money. £161 million. £161 million in sales, and we can't afford a goalkeeper.
Yeah, but we don't get all that money at once, Steve. We don't get it all at once.
Oh wow!
You only get so much up front.
We get more than £1 million a fucking year, you idiot. Don't fucking tell me about we don't get it up front.
We don't. You don't get it all up front. You might get 10 million off of one of the teams and then they pay it over contract.
Well, pay fucking portions. You got Danny, just don't do it. We've sold £161 million in players. If you base it over 5 years. Don't tell me you can't buy a keeper.
Yeah, but they're not looking to buy a
We could have had
keeper.
Johansson. We could have had Johansson from Rotherham, who went to Stoke. Who went to Stoke for 900,000.
Yeah, but
There's a
they're
guy
not looking
called
for...
Rushworth who's not even getting a game, and they will loan him to us.
Nah, there's some, mate. I
They're
really
not
like.
looking for a keeper.
Brian,
They're not...
Chelsea have 8 keepers. Chelsea have 8 keepers
Yeah, but that's,
ready to lend out.
Yeah, mate. I heard keepers.
Don't tell me we can't get a goal. Don't tell me we can't get a goalkeeper. Anybody who says we can't afford a keeper, grow up.
No, I haven't said we can't afford a keeper. I'm saying they're not looking to get a keeper.
Matt, Danny, you just said we can't afford anybody.
No, I just said, when you said we got £161 million, and I said we don't get all that money at once. Yes, we get so much of it, but we don't get it all at once. You don't get the 161 million straight away.
No, Danny, we get it over 5 years. We get it over 5 years, and that's 30 million a year.
For each player.
30 million a year.
Yeah.
Right, lads. We're gonna have to move you on, Steve. I
Bullshit.
think.
Where's the 49ers money? Where is the 49ers money? Where's the 49ers money?
They can only spend so much, so don't forget FFP.
Where is the season ticket sales? Where is the shirt sales? I have bought 15 shirts this year.
15.
Big delay.
£80 to go, £60 to go. Fucking don't tell me this, Danny. You're an idiot. Don't fucking call me.
Right, Stevie, we're going to have to wrap it up there, mate. Move on to the next lad. But thank you for coming on. I love your passion.
I pay my money.
I know. I love your passion, mate. I'm going to let you go.
Yeah, whatever.
Thanks, Stevie.
Hey, do you know what? Up the Leeds. And I hope we get promoted.
We will, mate. Take care. I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Take care. Bye, mate.
In a bit.
I love his passion.
So do I.
I tried saying to Stevie then, like, I don't think another keeper will come to Leeds in January because they're scared of him standing behind him in stands. That's why I think they may not come. But wow, what a passionate guy. But I hate to think what we'd be like if we were fucking second, let alone first. But cheers, Steve.
Much appreciated. I hate to what people think like if we went bottom in relegation zone.
I know. Hey up, Lord. Sheer God. I saw you with your hood over your head there. Lovely fight coming.
Follow that,
I'll tell you what, Lord. Right, I love difference of opinions, but that it felt wild. It didn't help with the delay either. There was a big delay, but it felt wild because we're top at league at the end of the day.
And before we start, can I just say welcome back and I hope you're feeling better now, Lord.
Yeah, much better now. Cheers. Yeah.
I echo that, my mate. Yeah.
I did have a little dose of the new moon here as well, which didn't help much. So
Ooh.
Bloody hell.
I got over it all right. Yeah, lovely job. Well, I did get to see all the messages on the Jews show and what you with the Sunderland lad on here. So yeah, I was happy with that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
How are you feeling in general now, then, buddy? Still positive, or?
Yeah. I'm still wrapped up warm in my hoodie because I can't use Central because I just dry the air out and make me mad, you know. So yeah, but I'm getting there.
Good.
Anyway,
so
let's go.
How are you feeling about Leeds then, Lord? Are you still
Yeah, I'm still all right with it. You know, if this is our blip, we drew them games. You know.
Yeah. Well, we didn't lose. We didn't lose. That's the thing. We didn't lose. We're still unbeaten. The
only thing that sort of did roll me, and I think we all said that, with them 3-1 up, 70 minutes, Farker normally makes substitutions. He didn't this time.
No.
Billavugi come on out of 91 minutes or something, do you?
Yeah. It's strange in that because I sort of look in that mid second half against Hull. I think we pulled it back to 3-1, and on the 70th minute mark, if I'm honest, mate, I thought we were going to get a fourth and a fifth, but obviously didn't make the sub like he normally would to freshen things up, no matter how good we looked. And then obviously going into 80th minute we conceded, and then as soon as we conceded that second, I think I speak for most people, I felt a third going in because he were rattled. They started throwing bodies forward, but on 70th minute he normally freshens things up. So why didn't he? And because he didn't, and then we threw the game away.
Yeah.
You're well within your rights to bring that back up. I can say what you're doing, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but that's I'm afraid that's Leeds. That's Leeds all over, you know.
Very
remember
Leeds.
all the way back to the days when Gary Sprague threw a ball in the net against Chelsea.
I've seen the YouTube clips of that one, mate. Yeah.
Careless hands.
What do you think happened at Hull, mate? Do you think it was the lineup? Do you think we missed Stroud? Do you think?
I don't know, because I think because we all know he has these planned substitutions, and I just think when I don't know what's going through his head at the time. 3-1 up, you know, we think right, 70 minutes, 3-1 up. He's got his planned substitutions now, Guilavogui on and whoever, and that didn't happen. And I thought, we just slowly, you could see Hull were crawling back into the game along the game went on, didn't you? And I thought, oh no. So I did message Joe on X and I said, I'll go back in bloody hospital and watch this shite go.
I know you're quite a positive guy in general, mate, and you're happy with where we are. How are you feeling towards Mellier? Have you, it's not a personal thing, is it? But are you feeling? No,
I just think he's had too many chances over the years, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I think we all agree, 1-on-1, he's one of the best, you know, because even against Norwich last year, you know, and things like that, 1-on-1, there's not many better. He does one worldy save every 3 or 4 games sometimes, you know. Yeah. But there's just too many mistakes in him. I know they sort of blame the pitch for the Sunderland goal, but he didn't move. He didn't react. He was like this, and he just didn't react to the ball even moving. He just stood there and watched it go past.
And chances are, mate, we're halfway through season now, just over. You're looking at if he stays between the sticks for the rest of the season, he's going to make another 2 of them. You'd say on average.
He's made 6 to 8 points worth off our total already. Give him another 12 points.
Can we afford that, mate, with how tight it is up there? I don't think we can.
No, we can't. No, because, you know, these other teams aren't going away. You just dropped Sunderland, and then we drop points, and Sunderland get back on the win. And Sunderland 3 or 4 points behind now?
3 points behind, yeah, 3 points.
Up again, so Darlow should be okay. I mean, he's done well when he's played for Wales. He played a brilliant game over at Turkey for them, didn't he? Yeah. When Wales got a draw out there, so he's plenty good enough.
I think so. I think as a championship keeper, I think we really look at him as a second choice. I think when we brought him in, mate, a couple of years ago, we kind of thought he would come in as first choice. I did anyway.
Yeah, but we all thought how we're going, didn't we? Yeah.
What have we got to base him on being shit? Because all I hear up until
that's all the game.
Yeah, but it was one game, wasn't it?
It was also in net for the Middlesbrough Cup game, wasn't it?
Yeah, but what do you do when the whole team was shit? You can't just blame the goalkeeper.
No, exactly. But him being shit isn't throwing the ball down when it's going out for a goal kick. It's not coming out. I
couldn't believe that's a mistake. Even I wouldn't make. You know,
it was going out of play. We're going to hit the bar and go out. I mean, what's he thinking? He should know the diameters of a goal. Now he's played it long enough.
You see, when he went up, his hands were actually up, facing like that when he went up the ball.
Yeah.
For some reason, he went, and you could see Rudon what to punch him in the face, didn't he? You know?
But I've got a favourite of that. If you look at that when he knocks that down, one of our players is down in the box. Do you think he might have thought ref's going to blow for a free kick here and saves it going out for a corner?
Well, he got the old rule, play at the whistle, haven't you? So,
yeah, but that's what you know what I mean. He could have been thinking, maybe ref's going to blow here.
But if that's what he was thinking, that's even worse because he should know. You know. Yeah,
it's all right, Tony.
How do you feel? How do you feel about the Farke outs then? Obviously, you just seen us have Stevie on there, and he's very negative to Farke, and he wants us out. It seems crazy when we top at league, doesn't it? I know everyone's got different styles, what they prefer to watch. You heard him yourself, his bike shirts, he goes to every game. He's allowed an opinion, that's absolutely fine. And I love having this show here where people can come and say it.
I don't care if he sits in the fucking boardroom, he's still wrong. You know, we play good possession football.
In our opinion, he's wrong 100%. You know, in his opinion, he's right.
If we've got the ball, then the opposition haven't got the ball. Yes, we go side to side, but we try to draw the opposition out to get the ball forward.
Yeah, you know? That's it. It's a tactic. They can't just. Yeah, there's no point, is there, mate? Bombarding and flying forward when there's 10-minute box. They've got to try and coax them out to get in behind. That's the whole point of that play.
Yeah.
Our tactics and the way we play is determined by how they set up. And when they're playing ultra defensive, what we expect, we can't just keep bombing forward. Dan James is no one to get behind. You can't do anything. You're going to be going out for corner.
That's when you. I think that's probably where we do need another number 10. Someone who's a bit cleverer, but them players aren't available.
Well, that's it, innit? The 10, it's a luxury position. The players come at a premium, and I think all Leeds fans, as well as I think, the board and the manager will probably all think Aaronson's doing really well now. But for the Premier League, if we get there, when we get there, he ain't good enough. So they'll be looking at a 10 in the Prem. What do we do now, though? We want a 10 now. We want one in Prem. Can you get a 10 now that can do it in Prem?
Well,
that's the issue.
If we're going to buy a 10, well, if we buy anybody,
they've
got to be Premiership ready.
100%.
We're not going to buy a player for 5 or 6 million just to play for 4 months, are we?
No.
So we've got to try and troll the loan market, which then has a problem because Farker won't give them minutes.
Yep.
But that makes the loan thing, which is why that bloke will go off to Derby rather than come here because he'll get minutes for Derby.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. It's difficult to compete with sides rounders who have got gaps as well for these loan players to play. We saw it last season. Like, we can't go to a decent Premier League player who's willing to drop down to Championship and say, right, you're our number 10, you're our centre half, you're our winger, because they're going to look at that side, they're going to look at last year and go, well, Jayden Anthony got no minutes, yet he's a starter for Burnley. There's these sort of players who will start for the sides around us, but at Leeds, there's not even a chance. There might even be a chance to don't even get off the bench for a game, for any minute. Look at Ramazani, 2 games with no minutes.
Well, don't get me wrong, I think we've got a good team, but I think sometimes we overrate our own team. I think even management maybe overrate the players on our team. And that comes up, well, who's going to replace them? Who are these players? Because we've got the best team in the world, sort of thing. We haven't. They're good players, don't get me wrong, but we overrate them, fans and management sometimes, I think.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I can really overrate players at times. I mean, I've had games early in the season, mate, where Ramazani were making me wet my knickers, mate. Like I was fully on the Ramazani's an extra Rafinha bandwagon, me. I was saying some crazy stuff, but I still think he's a brilliant player. I think it's obviously that injury stumped his growth this season, but I do get carried away. Me, a couple of wins, and I'm getting my passport out for Europe, which isn't even possible. So it's one of them, mate, where I'm definitely one of them. But sometimes I've got to come back down to earth and just realise, where we are. And luckily for me, Leeds United, every 3 or 4 games sort of give me a reality check, mate.
Yeah. Well, I'll go back to 2009-10 when we was in League One. I still thought them players was unbeatable.
Yeah.
But you back your team like that, and we had, let's be honest, we had pretty much a rubbish team, didn't we? They were League One for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Although we did have £1 on Beckford 1-0 against the Scum in the FA Cup, on us.
I were at the game. I would
have £1 on it for 100 to 1. So.
Is that what it was? 100 to 1. Wow.
Yeah. Beckford 1-0.
Tell you what, I don't know if you've seen on TikTok, but I had a viral TikTok go out on I think New Year's Day or day after, and it was January 3rd, to be fair, and I did that chant, and I had backdrop of me with Manchester United, Beckford under the side. We scored, and it did 36,000 views. And I tell you what, to say they act the scum like, who are we? They're not bothered about us. You should have seen the uproar that I even had cheek. The comments, Lord, was scandalous. And it's a bit of banter, and they just lost their head over this fat lad from Leeds, right? Talking about or singing about a game we beat them, 15 years ago. But they try about like they're not bothered about us. They still sing about us every week at Old Trafford.
Well, say we had a great headache. We were in a pub where the landlord was a Scum fan anyway. We all brought a plate of prawn sandwiches. Exactly the big talk at the time, the prawn sandwich. And we just ripped the piss out of them all afternoon. About 10 of us Leeds fans in there. It was a great day. That was, and I say I nearly shit my pants when Snodgrass hit the bar for that free kick. I was thinking, don't you come there? 100 quid right on this, you bastard.
Quality. Right then, well, Lord, anyway, have you got anything else to say before I bring Adam in, pal?
I'll just say a bit of the Harrogate game. I'd like to see young Chambers get a run out.
Good call, actually, mate, yeah.
He didn't do bad in the pre-season. I know the pre-season is just a jolly up, but he didn't do too bad. I think put him in 10. Put him at the 10,
Well, that's where he plays for under 21, doesn't he? He plays in 10.
Yeah, he plays in 10. Give him a run there.
Do you not feel, though, mate, that this has gone from being, obviously, it's an FA Cup game regardless against Harrogate. We should beat them, League 2 opposition. We should win, no matter what team we put out. But do you feel now it's gone from being a pressureless game where we're top at league, we're doing well, it's just a nice little fixture, you can rotate things around? Do you think now it's got a bit of pressure to this, though, mate, where he's got to win this? He needs to. It needs to be a good performance as well on back of what we've seen.
I think the pressure is on whoever the goalkeeper is. The pressure's on Merlier if he's in there. Hopefully for his own good he isn't.
Yeah.
And the pressure's on Darlow.
100%.
Justify him being put in. That's where the pressure is.
And I tell you what, I can't wait for that team sheet to come out, because honestly, it's a fixture that it's like a romantic fixture. Harrogate coming to Welland Road, it's FA Cup, we love that. But it were a fixture what you sort of just like. I'm not saying not bothered about, because I love FA Cup, but it's one where I'm just like, it's a nice fixture. Yeah, it'll be a good game. You don't feel like there's much pressure on it. But that team sheet coming out now, I can't call it, and I cannot wait. And I'm so excited to see who lines up in goal. Does he give these Charlie Crew, your Chambers, like you say, does he give these a chance, which you'd like to see? That's what they're there for. They're there to pack your team out on FA Cup games, aren't they? So I just can't call it. I wouldn't be surprised if he went full strength, mate. I wouldn't be surprised if he played 3 or 4 23s. It's going to be so interesting to see what he does.
I want it if he goes full strength and try and finish by half time. Yeah. Or goes the other way, plays the sort of youngsters first half, and if needed, put the full team on second half. But
yeah, I agree, mate.
Yeah, and I'd like to see Schmidt there as well. I'm sure Schmidt is sorry for running over Park's cat now. He deserves a game.
No, he does, mate. If he don't, I've said on my channel, mate, if Schmidt doesn't start or doesn't get any decent minutes against Harrogate, I'm probably not going to talk about him anymore, because he might as well not be a Leeds player. Like
you could even see him play Schmidt out on wing against Harrogate.
You could. I mean, Schmidt. They were saying with Schmidt, he could be the next do at Dallas. We can play in an anywhere player sort of thing, isn't he?
Yeah, there's 4 positions he can play in. He's even played at middle, so you could say there's 5 positions Schmidt could play in on Saturday.
He's played striker. He's played every position apart from goalkeeper.
Yeah. Well,
Stuart
stick Danford in goal, can't they? Because he kicked the ball out the net.
I love that, mate. Yeah, and we'll end on that one, my mate. Thanks for coming on again, mate.
It's been a pleasure, mate. Yeah.
So, you take care. Glad you're doing well, mate, and we'll have you on next time.
See you again.
Take care, my mate. Thank you.
Cheers, Danny.
Bye, love.
All right, bye.
Right then, let's bring in Adam, who's been waiting very patiently in the background. Hiya, mate.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. That's perfect, mate.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, that worked. That's a surprise. Technology. How you doing? Good?
Really good, mate. Yeah, really good. Really excited to do this, get some people on who I see in the comments. Nice to put a face to the name, Adam. So really nice to meet you, my mate.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for having me on. It's great to be on.
You're welcome, mate. Anytime I do this, mate, you're welcome. And maybe outside these, who knows? I might have, although it's going to be hard to beat Stevie, mate, for quality.
Well, yeah, I was watching him sort of like. I mean, it's great. As you say, passion's fantastic.
I love it.
I mean, but he's very passionate.
Yeah, very passionate. Are you as passionate, mate?
Oh well, no. Apparently, well, I thought I was very passionate. I watched Stevie. I thought I'm not passionate at all, actually.
Yeah, me too. Stevie. How are you feeling, mate, about what do you want to talk about in general? Have you got any thoughts?
I mean, obviously we're all disappointed in the last 2 games, but now the dust has settled a little. We're still top of the league. We're still a point clear. FA Cup comes at the right time. We can settle down, play the reserves, whoever they are, give Ramazani, Donto, Schmidt time, and then wait extra week and see, I don't. I feel like Danny was saying. I don't think we could do anything in this transfer window at all. I think they're going to sit on their hand. But it didn't last year. I know it's different because last year we had less than Ipswich, and I think the board probably looks and going, "Can we really? We're really touch and go here. If we let's put spending 10 million or finishing third and losing the playoffs. This year we are top. There's a bit more on it. I think we can. If we invest, we can pull away. I think, but whether the board will do it, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree, mate. It's one of them, like I say a lot on my channel. If they believe they'll go up now, why would you spend any money? If they believe they'll go, and they'll believe they're going to be close, they'll believe they've got a massive chance. But if they 100% think they're going up, I don't think they'll invest. But these last couple of fixtures, mate, might just have started, a change in mentality, because I think a couple, a week or so ago, we're top of league, we're flying, we've on a decent run. I feel like going into the new year, we were on that run potentially a bit like last season. And then even though we haven't lost them last 2, conceding when you're in front, it feels like 2 losses, even though it isn't 2 losses, but it's definitely sort of like halted the momentum. Are those fixtures from a fan's point of view actually decent results in terms of in the boardroom? They surely got to be thinking after Blackburn game, creativity were an issue, maybe a 10. After Hull game, keeper, can we risk it? So hopefully I'm looking at it from a bit of a positive light and thinking maybe it's going to push them to do something in January. Whereas if we'd have steamrolled these last 2 fixtures, maybe they'd have thought, sod it, don't worry about it. I don't know how you feel about that, Adam.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think I don't know how the 49ers operate. I know it's not really the 49ers, no Maraf, etc. But I don't know how they really operate and how they see football. And Angus Kinnear's been here for years, and he's probably the main football brain in the board. And how does he see it? Like we've never done a lot in January. He's always making excuses for him to start. What's it called? What's the financial fair play? The financial fair play, I think, is a load of rubbish, by the way. They weren't going to sell Rutter. Suddenly selling for 40 million. I know, like Daisy, you don't get the money up front, but in your books, that's the most important thing. It's about your books, how much you make, because cash flow's neither here nor there, because you don't spend all the money at once either. They weren't going to sell Rutter. Suddenly we get 40 million for Rutter, save his wages, so we should be so much better off than they thought we were going to be. And yet they still say, "Oh, we're really close to financial fair play." We can't be. We actually can't be. So they're making excuses. Fark comes out, "Oh, I don't want to rock the boat or anything," because Fark doesn't like change. We know that. We know that by his subs. We know that by the way he behaves and everything. He likes everything set. He likes everyone in their place. He likes people. Ramzani was playing, like you say. I thought he was a world beater. I thought Ramzani, and I still think Ramzani is probably our best attacker.
I do.
But Fark's ghosted him since he's been back fit. He hasn't got near the team anywhere. How's he not managed to give Ramazani another 60 minutes throughout the last 3 or 4 or 5 weeks? Because we'll need Ramazani at some stage. We'll need Nonto, and they're coming in for games like Derby, and then they're so far off it. Nonto's a bit different, but they're so far off it because they're not playing. They're not match sharp. So how are they going to get match sharp if they're not getting matches? Why not give Ramazani some time in the under-21s? But I don't understand his mentality there. So he plays. Ramzani played against Derby. He looks a shadow himself. He looks awful. Yeah, he looked rubbish. And it's like, I think Fark's a bit managed by numbers. Like there was a game a little while ago. It was before the Blackburn game, and Solomon played 90 minutes, and he played really well at home against someone. I can't remember what the game was. You can probably guys tell me. But I thought, bring him off at 6. We'll tune up. Bring him off 60, 70 minutes, and then start him at Blackburn. But in his head, he already knew he was going to rest him at Blackburn. So he went, I'll give Solomon a 90. Just be a bit, And I think Fark's so set in everything he does. He always maps everything out completely because everything's got to be in his perfect box. And I think he just needs to be, if we go up, it wouldn't be surprised if 49ers got rid of him at the end of the season, or he won't last more than 10 games next season. No way, I don't think.
You don't think? He'll be on a very short
No,
leash.
I'm not totally against him in any way, but
I think it'll take us 10 games to get going.
Well, yeah, but will they wait? I think they'll the bed if we don't, because it's worth so much money, and I think they'll back him in the summer. I think they'll back the club. I think they'll spend money because we've got a lot of money. But I think that's probably the bigger reason why he won't last very long. I think Fark, if Plan A works, fine. As soon as Plan A doesn't work, it's like, oh, we'll do Plan A better. But it's not even that. It's like throw a load of attackers on, lose all shape in midfield, throw 2 strikers on. The subs on Saturday were diabolical. That was just, we're 3-1 up. Bring Goulavogui on, and then defend the corners. He's one of our best headers. Headers? That's not a word. Headers of a ball. But I really like. As soon as Plan A doesn't work, I don't think he's got any ability to actually help the team in a match. And that's a mental thing to say. That's quite key. But that's how I feel about it when I watch him.
I'm liking this. I'm liking having a few Fark outs because I don't get many in my chat. To be fair, normally
I'm not. To be fair, I'm not Fark out. I try to be all level-head. During every match I am, we're not winning. I'm massively Fark out. I'm everything at a TV. Wife leaves the living room, goes sits upstairs somewhere because I'm shouting everything. Dog's scared. But once it settles down, I go, actually, we're top of the league. You're a grown man, just calm down, look at it, and just,
But you are allowed to critique the performances, and sometimes he does get it wrong, You know what the thing is? There's a lot of, this might sound crazy, but let me finish what I'm going to say. There's a lot of similarities with Farker's personality and the annoying side of what Bielsa used to do. Difference is we don't get the good football what Bielsa gives, so we didn't mind. In starting Tyler Roberts, we have there's so many similarities. His stubbornness, his pre-planned subs. You look at the tick. Problem what? Yeah. The problem is he doesn't play the style of football that Bielsa did. So any of the negatives Bielsa had, we always said, but he does this. With Farker, we're top at league, so that's what he's got. You can't argue with being top at league. I think he's even the Championship's all-time greatest manager in terms of stats, points, and all that. For how long he's been there, so you can't argue with that. And we know he probably will be the man to get us up there. But obviously, it's a preference, and I do feel like even though I think he was a striker, wasn't he, Farker? He sees the beauty in controlling a game and the defensive structure inside it. Like me personally, I want to see my wingers, my 10, my striker, free-flowing football. Everyone says Bielsa widows. We'll probably never see that again in his life. That football is beautiful. Under Farker, it's not as beautiful, but we're still creating a lot of shots. I think we still have more shots. We're still top scorers. So it's weird because it's weirdly unattractive, but still attractive. The stats don't back up sometimes the eye test, because sometimes you're there at Ellen Road and you're thinking, we're pretty poor today. You look at stats and we've still had 12, 15 shots and 6-7 on target. It's a strange one.
This is what I was saying when everybody's saying, medals cost us games. How many times have the strikers cost us games and not scoring?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. That's fair. I remember that Burnley game where Mateo Joseph went for 1 goal, and
you know what I mean.
Yeah, he cost us, at least a point that day, didn't he, by not putting that one away? But
nobody wanted him out, did they?
No, I suppose that's. You know what it is. I think sometimes someone stays at a club a bit too long, and with Meslier, he's at that point now, like Bamford is. Someone like Mateo Joseph, when he fluffed his lines early in season, everyone was still rooting for him. He's a young lad. He's got no scars here. He hasn't scarred any fans just yet. I think a couple of players now, like I say, Meslier and Bamford, they've been here a little bit too long, haven't they? So it starts to turn a little bit toxic, whereas we are willing to give people chances. I mean, I'm at Ellen Road every week. The fans still sing Bamford's name, no matter how many. So I think a lot of the toxicity, sometimes it's not just online. I think in the stadium, it's not that toxic to a lot of players.
Yeah.
We always get behind them. End of the day, we need to. It's like with Meslier, Adam. I want Meslier to come out now, and we need Darlow to grab that shirt. But if Mellier's between sticks on Saturday or week after against Sheffield Wednesday, we need to back him, because ultimately we don't want him doing any more shaky moments, and he's got them in his locker without anyone on his back. So you don't want 36,000 on his back, pal.
It's really like
for those people that are in the UK on the 19th when we play Sheffield Wednesday. If the match is also on Sky and it's on ITV.
Yeah, weird. Yeah,
it's weird.
So you can have both.
Yeah, I think the thing with Meslier is it's really obvious. Like, keepers make errors, and he's made some real howlers, like really bad. But it seems like every time he's made a howler, it's cost us points every single time. Like, it's really unfortunate. If he drops, Saturday happens, we still win 3-2, 4-2. We'd all be going over, but we wouldn't be this passionate about it. It's really obvious the points it's cost us. And I mean, he's been doing it for years. You look at there's the LFUC data. UFCG's data did the other day, didn't they, with the with Meslier and the amount of the goals conceded and the goals costed and the goals saved. And it's really like he's 18th in the championship or something. To be honest, he was really good. I was at the Arsenal game when he played his debut, and so I was sitting in the Arsenal end, and they're going, "Who's this guy?" I said, "Oh, he's on the debut line." He was pinging balls around to like the wingers and the fullbacks. It was unbelievable. I thought, wow, he doesn't even do that anymore. And it's like, and I know Leeds are back, like they might back him and go, "Oh, but this, he's this, he's tall, he can do it." But the problem is his decision making, isn't it? And that's the biggest crux of it. And you can't go, "Oh, athleticism's there, blah blah blah." But if you're making wrong decisions so regularly, and it's like that's it. You can't do it. You got to be. And I think he'll have a lack of confidence now. And I think we've got to pull him out. Whether Darlow's any good or not, I don't think any of us really know. One thing I would say about Darlow is we played him. It was maybe last season, and he came in and thought, "Oh, we'll have to play completely differently now because Darlow can't pass." Yeah. And we stopped recycling the ball to the keeper. We just turned and just played down the line. And it's like Farke makes a massive point of when he doesn't like something, like I think like he's beasting Aronson because he's telling the ball he wants a 10. I think that's almost what he's doing. He's trying to be smart about it. I hope anyway. So I don't think he's going to. I don't think he likes Darlow. I don't think he backs Darlow. So I would be surprised if Meslier didn't start against Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, I think he starts against Harrogate as well.
I think that's crazy. I feel like if Farke starts him against Harrogate, I go back on everything I've said about his man management. I feel like man management, we saw him turn Willie Gnonto around. I think,
he's turning around again, Darlow, right now.
Yeah, he needs to turn. Yeah, he does.
He's getting worse.
I look at it and I think it's such a bad call to put him there, in front of 36,000 at Ellen Road. I think it's a shocking call to do it this week. It needs the heat taken off him a little bit. And like you say, we'll have to see how Darlow does. But I feel if Darlow comes in, Adam, and does a howler, one of these Meslier howlers, the fans can't have a go at Farke for that, because what option has he got? No. But if he puts Meslier in and he does another howler, fucking hell, that's on Farke then.
Yeah, I'd be so surprised. I'd be shocked if we played on Saturday, Meslier. It's such an easy one to play Darlow. I was going to do it anyway. It's just such an easy sell to everyone. You could even say that to Meslier. I wasn't going to. You're always sitting out this one, mate. Don't worry about it. We'll do training. Come back on. We'll get back into it on Monday. We'll see how. He hasn't got. There's no decision to make. He hasn't got to make a decision. I was always playing Darlow. So there's no decision for us, for the media, or anything. So I'd be shocked if we played Meslier on Saturday.
We'll find out in pressure on Thursday, won't we?
I don't know, because he very rarely says anything about teams, does he, Clark? Someone asks him a question, like I do, and he goes off for 40 minutes on a different tangent, and it never comes back to the actual point.
Yeah,
he'll be asked about Meslier, and if he's going to play him, I'll guarantee it.
He won't give much away.
I think he would, and I don't think he'll answer. But he might do.
The more we talk about it, the more likely he'll play Meslier just to spite us, you know.
What with spiting me, I've said he will.
Yeah, and we'll have to see. But before you go, mate, I'd like to just ask you quickly. Main talking points in terms of starting going forward for me is that number 9. Do you prefer Pirro? Do you prefer Joseph? And that midfield dynamic now with having all three sort of fit. Who would you rather partner if he goes with a 4-2-3-1? Tanaka, Rothwell, Ampadu.
So I think in games, home games, Pirro, away games, Joseph, and Joseph is much better all-round number 9, hold-up play, gets involved, occupies defenders, does all the dirty work Bamford used to do. He just, as soon as he gets in front of the goal, he just loses his mind, doesn't he? Like deer in the headlights, Joseph at the moment. He's trying too hard though. And then Ampadu has to play 6. We have to find a way to never move Ampadu out of 6. Like, I don't mind it. He's not terrible at centre back, but it's all the stuff that Ampadu does that people don't know. The second ball stuff, the covering, he's all the off the ball stuff. Just be in the right position that Snacker and Rothwell, neither of them can do because they're not defensive minded.
Yeah.
And I think so. We miss him so much. So Ampadu and I'd play. Do you know when did we last play? Saturday was Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the second half, we released Snacker a little bit. Snacker started playing a little bit higher up the pitch and started to get a bit more click-like and get involved in the 1-2s and stuff. And I thought, I know we've not really seen that. I know he's played it, so I thought, and Russ almost played a little bit deeper. I think he thought, I don't need that cover. Yeah. So, and I thought that worked quite well. So I think Snacker has to play. The only thing with Russ, of course, you lose the corners because no one else can take one. Well, even if he takes a good one, no one can head it anyway. So,
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he goes with that going forward. But I do feel like with Rothwell being a lone player as well, it's the obvious one to come out for me, and it's just it just adds more depth to that bench, doesn't it, Adam? It just adds more quality. But ultimately, Ampadu, the form we've picked up away from home since he's come back, it's no coincidence. So I think that is going to be a centre midfield pairing, and I can't disagree with your views on the striker as well. I really do think that works at home. Pirro, away Joseph. One thing I will say is I would like one of the strikers to get a run of games where he does seem to be chop change a little bit. They might have run a 2 or 3, which you can't really get any momentum then, but the attributes of both players work for that scenario you're sort of saying. So
the only thing I'd say about run of games, I think Pirro's a moments player anyway. And he doesn't need a run of games. Joseph needs a run of games, I think, to actually show anything. But I don't think he'll get those run of games where he can't finish and Pirro's sitting on the bench as a quality finisher. So it just won't happen. But yeah, I mean, Matty, do you think they'll do anything in January?
Yes. Towards the back end, mate. Yeah, I think it's going to be. They've said today, haven't they? It's come out today. It's going to be a quiet one, but quiet doesn't mean zero. Quiet might mean absolutely no news till the transfer deadline date, and a couple might come in. I think, yes, they'll do something, but I don't think it's going to be massive moves. I think maybe a loan or 2, but that is only if 1 or 2 go out, mate. If nobody left, I don't think we'll bring anybody in. If I'm honest, I think we go regardless. I think the side's good enough, and I do feel like the square pegs in round holes are still good enough. Even Ampadu at right back, I still think we'll lose. I don't see a massive problem, but I do think they'll bring in at least 1. I think the 10 is something they wanted. I know Danny ain't too sure, but I think the 10 they look at, they do if the right player's there and potentially a goalkeeper, but they won't bring a keeper in and make it 4. One would have to go, and I don't think Meslier leaves in January, so it's a difficult one. But I think they're looking, mate, and they'll do it towards the back end. They ain't going to do it early on, Adam, for me.
I think they definitely wanted to 10 in summer. I think so. 10, there's no doubt about it.
We've been linked with a lot of defenders lately, and I got told it were a defender that we were after.
It might be. It might be. Let's be fair, the hoodwinkers quite a lot, and whoever we think it's going to be, lads, it probably won't be. We'd never thought of Tanaka up until I know we looked at him last year. But they pull out some players that we just, we aren't even in public eye. To be fair,
like Smith, I'd never heard of Smith till.
I still haven't heard of him. Who's he?
Yeah, well, Fark hasn't either. But it'll definitely be late in the window because we're going to have to look at Prem loans because that's the only market you can go to that you're going to get the quality. You can't go, you get like Danny said a bit earlier, like, who are you going to get? And you're right to say that in a way. So I was thinking when you said that, like, well, we don't know every player at all, but actually you can't go to just the Belgian league or, whatever and hope they're going to work. you have to get a proven player in. So you can't, because you can go get a 10 from Belgium for 3 million that's got 6 assists. I mean, are they going to hit the ground running? You have no idea. Whereas you know that a player that's a bit surplus in the Prem team, but they're not going to come into later in once the Prem team's done their business and they are properly surplus then. So that's not going to happen. So you're right. So probably nothing on the loan plan. I don't want to buy anyone and nothing on the loan plan because if we're buying somebody, you say they've got to almost have the Premier League in mind. We can't afford that because if we don't get to Premier League, we're stuffed. So it's going to have to be a loan, and it's going to be the end of the window, I think, because we'll wait for the Premier League.
I agree, man. Have you seen some of these comments for you, Adam? We've seen some of these comments.
No, well, they probably can.
Look at this. This guy knows his shit.
No. I'm just a soft southern. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is like for me? Sorry, Danny. I've got no Leeds friends around here, so I love all the YouTube stuff. I love watching you guys. I love getting involved in the chat because I can't just go down the pub. If I go down the pub to talk Leeds to the Spurs fans, I don't care. So I can talk about Archie Gray, obviously, but in general, I love coming on there and chatting.
Right, so I've got a question for you, Adam. Like you say, you're down south. What got you into supporting Leeds?
Oh yeah, do you know what? I knew this would come up. So this is quite random. So everyone around me was Man United, Spurs, Arsenal, Spurs fan. They're all loads of Spurs, and I thought and I think in football's about 8, 9. And I was really Spurs fans are so annoying. They're going to win all the time. So I was like, okay, I need to choose. And my dad was asked, "Do you want to be out of Arsenal?" So then I went, okay, I'll choose. And it was between Everton and Leeds. And then Rod Wallace scored a goal from the halfway line against Spurs. Do you remember it?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. It's really random, isn't it? I chose Leeds, and I just I used to sit in my mum's car and listen to Champions League nights because you couldn't go on TV. All that stuff. And I'm just down here by myself as a Leeds fan for years on end. So the YouTube stuff's brilliant for me.
Yep,
I love that.
Very good.
Adam, make sure you drop me a message off YouTube on one of my socials, mate. We'll have a chat because I'd love to have you back on again, mate. You're absolutely
great.
Really nice chat, mate. Really good guy. Thanks so much for coming
Cheers,
on.
guys.
Thank you for coming on, Adam.
Catch up with you soon, mate. See you later, Adam.
Cheers.
Brilliant, that, mate. Absolutely brilliant, that, wasn't it, Danny?
Yeah, that was good, that one. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
There was stuff. Now to bring on someone else who knows his stuff, and he's always got a big smile. I can see him in background smiling. Here he comes. Love this guy. Hey up, Russ.
Hey, Matt.
Hiya, mate.
Yes, Russ.
How you doing, Danny? All right, mate?
All good yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Thank you.
Brilliant.
As you both know, I've got me on YouTube channel. I've been presenting the coverage on the channels that of the Arsenal Newcastle game. So
I know you've got a Twitch channel. I didn't know you had a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I've got it. He's on YouTube as well. And I'll send you the links on Facebook later.
Yeah.
And I'll send them to you on Instagram, Matty, as well.
Please do, mate. Yeah, please do. Well, take it away, Russ, because I know you're passionate. I know you love it, and I know you've got a lot of information there you want to get out. So come on, fire away. Where do you want to start? You lead this, Russ. You lead this.
Yep, this is yours, Russ.
Yeah, so for me, Melly needs to come out to the side for a bit. I think Darlow probably starts on the weekend, because he's number 2 goalkeeper at the moment. But if Darlow's going to become the number 1 goalkeeper,
that means Meslier is number 2, so Meslier will be starting.
Meslier probably number 2, so Meslier may end up starting on Saturday, or he could surprise us all and put Alex Cairns in on Saturday.
Yeah, I was thinking that earlier today, mate. Yeah, it could be possible.
And then, because then I would be thinking Darlow's been number 2 all season. He's played in a cup game earlier this season as well in the Carabao Cup. And lost to Middlesbrough, so he's probably thinking that he's going to be playing again. Well, we could put Spanner in the works and put Cairns into the side, even though he's third choice goalkeeper, or even move, and then potentially have Darlow in ready for Chef Wednesday game. But if he doesn't leave, with Melié's not to leave in this window, which I don't think he will. I don't think we'll get another goalkeeper this window.
No.
How hard it is to get people in, because people will be coming in not playing much football anyway. People will sign, so that's when they'll sign 1 or 2 players late in the window potentially. But I'm not sure if we will get anybody in at this moment in time. But we just have to wait and see what happens there. But Meslier needs to be number 2 for a bit. Until, like Allardyce said, he dropped him, put him as number 2 for a bit. If he can do, then finally should do the same again, because after that whole game, I'll lay him off after the Sunderland game, Matty. After that, we'll see He was going straight to where he bounced and spun other way. So can't really put blame on him there necessarily.
Yeah.
And also, if he didn't come off Fairpool's head against Sunderland, he probably would have gone to him straight away anyway.
Yeah.
That's where he was heading.
Yeah.
But the other one, you can see Rodon and Perot ruffle all apart and in the aftermath of that.
Poor human. The thing is, Russ, you're allowed to make mistakes, aren't you? The Sunderland one, it happened and it infuriated the fan base. But we sort of understand it in a human level, mate. Shit happens, but it's happened again, and this is why I do think Farker's doing a service to him if he keeps him in there. I feel like he needs to bring him out on a human level. Let him have a few weeks out. I mean, when he made that Sunderland error, international break came after, didn't it? So he had a bit of time. This one, if he throws him back in firing line at weekend, I feel like it's just not the right thing to do. And when you've got Darla, what kind of message does that send out, Russ, to the rest of the lads? You can fuck up on such a massive level and you still play. That's not good for dressing room, Russ.
No, and the defence will be trying even harder. And for me, if Darla is to start and he's going to become the number one, I think we need to play his first choice back line, especially if Strauch's available. And if Darla's just so they get confidence in with Darla. Yeah. So they can get confidence with Darla in as well. So put Darla in, say if he's going to play Darla, and then play him against Sheffield Wednesday as well. Put Darla in there, Bogle right back, say Verba left back. If Strauch's back, Strauch and
Fairpool's meant to be back with us as well.
Yeah, but he was saying in the lead up to the game of the weekend, he had maybe back for Harrogate game, or maybe just after, Harrogate. He's not 100% sure, depending on how depending on his training this week, and whether he's back beforehand. So I put Verba there, stick with same back line, all of change Ampadu for Strauch if Strauch is back available. Although Strauch may not be available this weekend, so you probably keep Ampadu in there just for this game. Ampadu and Rodon should be enough. The back line I've just named, Ampadu instead of Strauch should be good enough to help us get past Harrogate.
I agree. Have you got heard any, like he says here, mate? Have you got any rumours for goalkeeper or any position that you've seen that you think might be concrete, Russ, or not?
I know there's one which is a defender. Andrew Bamadelli dealing with us and Sheffield United. That's come out from. I've heard that myself. Come out from someone who just from the Yorkshire Evening Post.
But would you say, Russ, just to jump in there, right quick? Sorry, mate. I want you to carry on. But would you say that if that rumour were concrete, when you think Harry Souttar's just come injured, there's a hole in Sheffield United's defence, would you say for him he's going to go to Sheffield United over Leeds because of the minutes guaranteed? In your opinion? I'm
not sure, because for me, if he goes to Sheffield United, he's going to learn the way Wilder wants him to play and how Sheffield United plays. But if he comes to Leeds, he already knows the way Farker plays, because Farker had him in Norwich. And Farker was his manager in Norwich. So I think Farker, I think he probably choose a manager who he knows and who he knows has got a good relationship.
Yeah, but wouldn't he rather go to Sheffield to have first team football? He comes here, he's going to be sat on bench unless Bogle gets injured, because he can cover it right back. Unless
Strauch's going to be out longer than we first thought, Danny. And then we said to him he's going to be guaranteed first team football.
Well, because he's right footed, so I stick Wober there. I stick Wober at centre back because he's left footed.
But Rodon for Wales has actually played on the left side of the centre back role as well.
All right.
I don't know.
Plus also Bamadelli is mainly right footed, as you mentioned, Danny, but he can actually use his left foot as well. From when I've seen him in Norwich and when I saw him last season when we were in the Forest side last season.
Mind you, I have seen him use his left foot for Ireland as well. So yeah, it can.
Yeah, and he has played, like I say, he's played on the left for Ireland as well, so he can play on the left side. He's predominantly right-footed, and we're doing the same thing with Byram at left back. He's predominantly right-footed and playing him on the left-hand side of the defence when he's played, rather than right.
He's a bloody good player, Byram, though, isn't he, mate? He's a bloody good player. He can do. He's just as good on left as he is on right. My favourite player, honestly, love Byram, mate. What a guy. Is there anything else that's on your mind, mate? What?
For me as well, I'd potentially look at fetching number 10 to help with Anderson's minutes.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure if he's used to playing 50-odd games in a season, because he didn't really do that before he came to us. And he didn't really do that in the first season when he came to us as well. So I'm not 100% sure on that side of things. So for me, we probably need a number 10 as well. And I'd potentially look at someone as well who can play, say, as well as a centre-back, maybe a left-back as well. So who can play at the Premier League level, or a left-back who can play at the Premier League level, say, and can do a job at this level as well. So because then if Firpo does go, which it sounds like he will be leaving in the summer, because there's, from what I saw earlier on Jer's channel, which actually the View, we did a piece with James Marshman from Team Talk. And he came out and said, as it stands at the moment, there's been no contract offer on the table for Firpo, and that's what I've heard as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been saying. No, if they knew they weren't going to offer him a contract, why didn't they sell him in August to get some money out of it?
But Firpo wants to stay at Leeds for this season and try and help us go after we didn't go up last season. And Firpo's choice was to stay with Leeds.
He's been suspended and injured most of it.
Yeah, Leeds wanted to move him on in summer, but Firpo wanted to stay and fight for it and try and help us go up, and that's why he stayed there. That's why he stayed with us.
Well, just last thing before you go, buddy. What do you think's the most important position if you had to pick one for January? If we could only bring one player in or one position, what position do you think now is the most critical, pal?
I would say I don't think we'll do it, but for me, I'd probably look at a goalkeeper, maybe say a lone goalkeeper.
I think so now,
and say potentially look at someone like Bettinelli at Chelsea, he's been a number one at Fulham before. He's now like third choice. They have a third. I think his fourth choice at Chelsea at this moment in time, because he's not even getting in the European side or in the Premier League side. So I'd potentially go and fetch him in. He's on loan till the end of the season, and even if we've got an option to get him permanently, he's done it. He's played well for Fulham in the Premier League before he went to Chelsea as well. So we know he's capable of playing in the Premier League.
I get that
as well. But if we don't strengthen there, potentially I'd look at a number 10 as well.
Yeah.
If we're not going to strengthen in goal, I'd look at the number 10 for me. Matty to help Aaronson out with his minutes.
Yeah, I agree, Russ. I think if Darlow's good enough, you stick with Darlow and you get a 10. But I also agree if Darlow isn't at it, you can't trust Meslier. A goalkeeper then would be my most pivotal position. But yeah, I agree, Russ. But anyway, Russ, right? Thank you.
As well. Gellar, Leeds are in talks with all over Gellar, but that deal will only happen is depending on how bad Byram's in the league. Whether Bamford will then go out or not. But Gellar has been in talks with all day today. Came out this morning from All Daily Mail, and I've heard it a couple of times already today. He's been in talks all day today. So,
Poor bugger. No, nobody's future should be relying on anything to do with Patrick Bamford. That is just criminal. It's just he shouldn't be relying on Bamford for anything, especially young Geldart's future and his.
Can't be talking about our best striker in the team like
that, just because you want him in, so you can go outside.
I don't want him in. I want rid of him.
I know you do, my mate. I know you do. Anyway, Russ, thanks so much for coming on, mate. Absolutely loving when you come on, mate. So positive, great guy. Take care and keep your eye out for next one, pal.
All the best.
Take care. Have a good week, mate. See you later, Russ.
Cheers, Russ.
Love that guy, mate. What a legend. Absolutely. Yep. All right, then. Let's get Richie in. Been on before. Hey up, Richie. How are you doing?
Mate. Hi, Danny. How are you?
I'm not too bad yourself.
Oh, we're all right. All right.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're on, mate. Really nice to see your face again. where do you want to start, Richie? Have you got what on your mind in particular, or do you just want to have a waffle?
Nothing really. I think everyone kind of seemed to lose their shit kind of after Saturday, but you still have to remember that we're top by a point.
Mm-hmm.
It's still very much in our own hands.
Yeah.
It's funny. I looked at that Mays video from behind the goal again, and Rothwell rode on, and Pirro were all standing on their hocks.
Yeah, they're not running towards the ball.
The whole player gets in ahead of him.
Yeah.
Now, look, he should not get. Look, we all know he should not get over. There's a blooper in him. Given Sunderland, you shouldn't be taking any chances with him. But they stood there on their hocks, and kind of left your man come in beyond him.
Mhm.
And to me now, that's you know, there's three of them standing there. They're as bad as each other in regards to what the goalkeeper did. But anyway, the first thing that should have happened after that goal, though, is that Goulavogui should have come on and see it out.
I agree.
But you're right in what you're saying, Danny, in that if he goes back in, it becomes a Fark issue then. It becomes a manager issue then.
I think
which, you know, you can look at a lot of different things that have happened this season in regards to things that he's done that you can kind of question. Like even the Joffe thing. Joffe probably should have been gone since September. You know, he realistically, he was never getting any game time. He's been rotting away there. Like, let's not forget the quality of Joffe. Joffe scored goals for this club in the Premier League.
Yep.
Yeah,
that finish versus Norwich wasn't an easy finish, right at the death, and he put it away. You know, he had the potential to be probably a number 9 for us, but we messed him around or whatever. I know Plymouth were interested in him, but obviously that was kind of to do with Rooney. So that obviously, if he gets a move to Hull, I'd be delighted for him. He needs to play football. It didn't work out for him, I think, at Sunderland last season. He picked up an injury and is there, so hopefully he can get a run and kind of go on a similar trajectory to say JB down at Hull. Greenwood seems to be doing well at Preston too. So you know, it's good that these guys are playing. They're getting game time. That's not necessarily to say that they're going to come back into the fold, but they need, if they're not going to be part of his squad, they need to be out playing for as much for their own mental health as anything else. You know, there's nothing worse than sitting around stewing. Much as you love to talk about mental health, Matty.
You know me, mate.
No, but it doesn't do anything for Joffe to be sitting there and not even been in the squad. Like,
are we talking years of this now, Richie? Years of him being like this.
Yeah, you know. And he's a good player. Like, there's a good player there.
Yeah, there is.
You know,
100%.
So,
I mean,
I just hope he can. That like I said with that Sunderland run. I think was it last year, Danny?
Year before.
Yeah,
it went to Sunderland, but the player that it was meant to be joining up with got the striker that it was meant to be partnering up with got injured, so he was having to do it all on his own.
Yeah. And I think he picked up an injury, that, if I'm not mistaken, while he was there as well.
He got a niggle as well that ruined
he just never got a clean run at it. You know, he just needs a run at it.
Sometimes it's getting that right manager in it who believes in you. And let's be fair, since Bielsa were here, he hasn't had anyone that's believed in him and giving that run. And I feel like now I hope it's not permanently away. Give him a loan, but he needs to find a home where he's going to be valued as a starter. Get those minutes. And I agree with you, Richie. There's a player there, and maybe we'll see that. Yeah. And then maybe he'll come back to the better, more rounded player.
I wouldn't think we'll see it, but you know, someone else will get the benefit from that. I actually thought that if they could afford him, I thought something like going back to Wigan would have been. I know it would have been a drop down for him. And I know there was a lot of talk about, remember we were saying about Bamford and Wrexham. I had said to you that Wrexham were looking at him, but actually I would say that Wrexham actually don't need a striker because they have Stephen Fletcher and they have a few more. So I think there's 4 as well. So
we're not even protecting his value, are we? I mean, if he goes on loan, game time, we'll get a few million. I don't know in terms of money.
Look,
he's doing nothing.
Yeah, he needs to get a run of games to put himself in the shop window, and then you take it from there. We do need a 10, obviously.
Is that as cover and backup, or do you think we need a 10 to start, or just someone to push Aronson and rotate?
We gave out when we were in the Prem about Jesse Beast and Aronson, and what are we doing under the same thing again?
Yeah, we are, mate.
You know, it's the same old. And look, I know everyone's saying, wingers. He keeps saying wingers can't play in the 10, but like Aronson can't keep running for 52 games all season either. So, you know, he wanted a 10 at the back end of September. It's going to take him 3 or 4 weeks to get anyone up to speed. If he doesn't get anyone in now, if he gets someone in, say now, we're middle of January. It's going to be middle of February by the time they're up to speed. From his perspective. So, like,
I agree.
What do we, like, if we wait till the end of January, are we going to see the best of someone by the end of Feb? And, you know, what's that for? 8-10 weeks? Like, to me, the signing to make, if we could have made it, was Buendia. But the issue with probably signing Buendia was the same issue you kind of have with Solomon, in regards to you're buying a player or you're loaning a player who has had fitness issues. But in regards to Buendia loan signing, it's a statement of intent to everyone else to say, listen, we're the big dog here.
Yeah. Buendia's already said though he won't drop down.
But the issue there is what you're doing there is you're going on the basis that he's played under Fark before, and Fark is, convincing them that this is an opportunity where he's going to play, he's going to get an opportunity to put himself in the shop window, either back at Villa next season or if he wants to get a move elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because he's not getting game time at Villa. So
he's on 75k a week as well.
Sorry, Danny?
He's on 75k a week at Villa as well. We won't pay that.
Well, sure. Look, we'll just take Pat's wages. I'll give him to Buendia, and that'll be fine.
The thing is, you say, Danny, that he won't drop down to Championship, and I get that. That might be factually true, but if he gets to deadline day and he hasn't kicked a ball at Villa, maybe that'll change. Like a lot of things change.
It might do, but Villa have said if he's going out on loan, whoever's taking him on loan has to pay his full wages.
Did there any issues in regards to guaranteed minutes? I assume
no, they haven't said that. They just said they're going to pay his full wages, which is 75k a week.
I'm not being funny though, Richie. If he comes to Leeds fit, I'm pretty sure after a couple of training sessions he'll be starting for Leeds. I think so. I think the quality's too high there.
Yeah, but like what you're saying is by making that's a statement signing, and you're kind of you're put, you know the way that everyone goes on about Burnley are doing this and everyone else is doing this and this and this and this. Buendia is the state. He would be the kind of statement sign you would make to say, listen, we're the top dog. We are going up as champions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We mean business kind of thing. Now, look, do I think it's going to happen? Very, very unlikely. I would imagine whatever business we'll probably do will be minimum.
Yeah.
Joffy going out doesn't affect anything else I think that we would get in.
No.
Like I said the last time I was on that I'd nearly cancel Bamford's contract anyway, but like that's you put me in my place and said that was possible, Danny. But like if we could do something in regards to, he's not a Premier League player. He's probably going, if we go up, you're going to have to move him on this summer. So that's that. In regards to the Pirro and Joseph debate, it's Joseph just probably needs a goal, and actually Saturday could be a good game for him to play in regards to just building some confidence and getting a goal or getting a couple of goals. Just, he's doing probably everything else right. Everyone said he's trying too hard, and that's probably fair enough too. In regards to the midfield, Ampadu was the 6. Disappointed he probably didn't hold it together better when the ship started sliding at Hull.
Yeah.
He'd been the glue in the games at Derby and at who else did we play before Christmas? At Derby and at Stoke. He'd been there and he kind of held it all together. The away form wasn't good, but he'd been there, and I watched the 2 of those games. I didn't see the whole game, and he just he kind of was the glue that kind of kept it all together. Calmed everything down and all of that kind of stuff. Didn't see probably a lot of that on Saturday when it was needed most in that last 20 minutes, which I don't know, but I would have thought that was the time to step up, and it's when it was starting to swing against us to curb the tide, for want of a better word. So,
but I think it's Stoke and wherever the other one, Derby. It were playing in midfield.
Yeah,
in defence against Hull.
Do you blame the team and the lads for the previous 2 performances dropping points down to a mentality, or just switching off or whatever in that? Or do you blame Farker because his subs have been really good this season, haven't they, Richie? A lot of goals from subs.
Okay,
but those last 2 games, he got the subs wrong in the Blackburn game, taking Solomon off for best player, and Derby didn't make enough of him.
Yeah.
Hull didn't make enough of him. So does Farker get more blame for the last week than any other point in season for his subs?
Probably in regards to rotation, given that we probably played 4 games in about 12 days, did we?
Yeah, we did, mate. Yeah, exactly.
So like the way I would look at it, and I don't know how everyone else stood, but like Sheffield United lost at Sunderland. So I don't know, did they pick up 9 points? We didn't lose over Christmas and New Year.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
We didn't lose. No, we had 2 draws. Blackburn was up. You were worried about Blackburn, Danny, and I would have agreed Blackburn was going to be the tricky one. the whole one is probably the one that's unforgivable, given that the fact that we were 3-1 up after 70 minutes and we should have seen that out.
Yeah.
You know, that's the one you point to. But again, you know, everyone had a poor result over Christmas, for want of a better word. Maybe that's ours. The fact that we have a week break plus a cup game, we literally have a 2-week break to the next league game. I just think it gives a great opportunity just to refocus the mind, to bring everyone back down to earth. The fact that it's still in our own hands, not to be overly worried about it. Sheffield Wednesday at home, that's going to be difficult, but you know, we're good enough to win that. I think we get something at Burnley. I fancy Sunderland to get something at Burnley. You know, they're not world beaters at home. They've struggled. Their form at home was as poor as their away form. So I mean, there's no reason why we shouldn't be going to Turf Moor and at least looking for a point, if not more.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
Yeah.
So look, hey, don't need any more motivation. We owe them one from what happened at Ellen Road.
Oh,
so
yeah, we do. They're not they haven't been that great at home, but we know for a fact it'll be a tight game.
We said that about Blackburn, that we own one. And look what happened.
Yeah, but that's John Eustace.
Yeah, I genuinely think. Honestly, I think John Eustace could be in charge of Stockport, and Farker could be in charge of Man City. It's still beating 4-0 or something. It's like he's just got his number, hasn't he? Sometimes in life, someone's just got your number, and he's definitely got his. Just a quickie before you go, who is your biggest worry in terms of the sides round us? I mean, whether we finish top or second, I'm sure you're not bothered. We don't want to be in playoffs, obviously, but who's the biggest threat out of those other three around us, pal? In your eyes? There's not much between those two.
I'm really interested to see what Wilder's going to do in regards to the window, because they have to bring in bodies because they're light. So, like, who can he bring in or what can he bring in?
Well, he's already two are due in this week, aren't they?
Sorry, Danny.
Two at Sheffield United are due in this week. Ben Burton Diaz and Hamza Chowdhury.
Good signings them as well. Great signing for this division.
Chowdhury be a good signing, yeah.
I love a signing. Good utility player as well. Richie can play numerous positions.
Yeah. He is. He was a Leicester last year, wasn't he?
He's coming on loan to Sheffield.
They're deadly signings for the promotion push, aren't they?
So and they're not probably done yet, given the cover that they need. So if they bring in enough quality, then they're going to be thereabouts.
Yeah.
Sunderland, whether Sunderland or Burnley are going to hang on, look, I don't know. All I would say is that, I probably would agree that we're good enough as we are to go up with the squad that we have. Yeah, probably just about. We need improvement from a few. Like, Nanto needs to kick into gear, but he has kicked into gear in January before, so I'm kind of hoping that he might do the same. Ramazani needs more minutes, and hopefully he gets 90 at the weekend, and that'll bring him on. Dan James might be a case that Dan James now needs a rest, because it kind of seems that he just he's starting to wag a little bit in the same way that potentially Aronson is. So it mightn't be a bad idea to look at him as a bench option. For example, for Sheffield Wednesday or whatever it would be, and
I think Dan James won't end up playing at weekend against Harrogate.
No,
I don't think Aronson will neither.
Aronson's a big one to me though, because he plays Aronson all the time. This is a game he shouldn't play Aronson in. Maybe give Rothwell a go in 10. Maybe bring one of these wingers that can't play 10 apparently. Give him a go in 10. But if he plays Aronson, I wouldn't be surprised, which would be ridiculous.
I think if Joffrey's still here, Joffrey will get a go in 10.
No.
I don't think they'll risk it, because I think
there's two players he shouldn't play at the weekend, and he probably plays both of them.
Who's that, Melly and Bamford?
No. Melly and Aronson.
Yeah, Melly and Aronson. Yeah, he should not play Aronson for this game. There's no need. But because there's a week between games, he might just think, sorry, because I don't think he believes anyone else can play in 10, which for me is crazy.
Yeah, and he doesn't believe anyone else can play in goal either, but that's...
I don't, mate, no.
But the way I look at that, is, second choice keepers sign on to play in cups, right? This is actually an opportunity. This is Darlow's game time, I suppose, in many ways. The League Cup game and the FA Cup games are probably his. Right, the League Cup game, but he should get this. There shouldn't be any issues in regards to Harrogate at home, and he should be willing to give him a run out. But like he's, the German rigidity that he has, is he actually going to change it, or is he just going to leave him there? I don't know. Like, on the goalkeeper, I would see no reason as to why you would go for, say, for example, Johansson at Stoke or anyone else, because all you're doing is potentially paying whatever it would be from now till the end of the season, which is horrendous value, because the likelihood is that you're not going to maintain that keeper beyond next season. You're going to look at someone else.
Yeah.
So the likelihood is that they're probably going to keep their powder dry on the basis that he'll probably be okay. It's just to refocus his mind in regards to getting him right in the head and not to be doing stupid things. And patch him up, and he'll get us to the end. And then the issue is, do you go big in the summer?
I think they've got to.
Look, everyone seems to be mad about Keller. Keller is not coming. It's Champions League. He's looking at Champions League football. If anything, what's going to happen at Liverpool, if Liverpool are smart, what Liverpool will do is that they would let Alisson go and keep the other two.
Well, Alisson's meant to be retiring anyway, so.
But he's probably going to go back to Brazil.
So Keller will be Keller should be number one.
Why don't we sign Danny Olmo in the 10?
Yeah, man.
Get Rafinha to have a chat with him and send him over this way. Fancy that? No? Yeah.
No.
That would be a statement signing, huh?
It would be. Hell of a statement signing, Richie. Hell of one.
Hell of a signing at like 500,000 a game.
Yeah.
That's no problem. We can work around these things.
We can. Right then, Richie, my mate. Thanks so much for coming on again, pal. Please make sure next time I do this, you jump on again. I love chatting with you, mate. You're a legend.
All right.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Cheers, Richard.
See you, Danny. All the best.
See you later, Richard.
Cheers.
Bye. One sec. Good night, Lord. Sheer God off, mate. See you next time.
Good night, Lord.
Tuning in. We'll bring Sean back in. He's been waiting. I thought you were asleep for a second then, Sean. Like your eyes were closed.
I think I was listening too much to you, Matty. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. I feel like that went really well. I had a few different faces in there, which were nice.
I got my ass handed
really
to
well.
me.
It's great to see some new bodies there. Great new people coming in.
Yeah, we're great, mate.
Yeah,
Richard Thomas, beautiful. I know. It's great to see some different people's opinions and whatever in the chats and some new faces and whatever.
Really nice. Have you got? I thought I'd bring you in before we go, mate. Have you got anything else to add?
Well, I've got a weird, horrible feeling that I think they're gonna put. I think Harrison's gonna be the number 10, and that's why I haven't got number 10 because Harrison's coming back.
What, Jack Harrison? No, sure.
I've got a horrible feeling. I've got a horrible feeling that's what the 49ers will do. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
If it's all like you're cooking, Sean, it might actually be right.
Surely not.
I've just got a terrible feeling because
that's what I said the other day. Though people were saying, "Oh, we'll get him straight back out." Look what Fark did with Avonton, brought him back into the team. Look what he's done with Nonto, brought him back in after what he's done. Look what he's done with Wober, brought him back in after what he's done. He'll just find it as a thing to bring him back in.
Mate, I don't want it.
No.
Far from it.
I don't think it happens, mate. I don't think it happens because, I mean, even if he comes back though, Sean, say he came back, Sean, he isn't a 10 anyway. And we've already seen Farker won't play a Solomon in 10. He won't play Ramazani in 10. And they're both better, more equipped for 10 than Jack Harrison is.
He's been playing in 10 for Everton, though.
He ain't a 10, and he's been doing shit for Everton, though. Hasn't he? He's been doing shit. That's why they're on about getting rid of him. That's what my point is.
He's shit anyway. He's shit anyway, even out in the wing. He's shit.
I agree, Chris. Like, I don't see it, but I mean, don't get me wrong, mate. Weirder things have happened in football, pal. Would it surprise me? Probably not. Do I agree with it? And I know you don't agree with it. No, we don't. If he comes back in, you get rid of him straight away. I know you don't, Paul, but I think it's wild if they do that. It's definitely a dodgy move considering where we are in league, a very fragile position, to bring someone in who could potentially be a bad egg like that. And we know that he's ruffled up some feathers and said some stuff about Leeds United since he's left. It'd be such a bad move, not even just as a footballer, Sean, just as a person right now. It'd be such a bad move.
I wonder if we get his man playing in goal as well. So that really pissed off them. That really pissed off the fan base. Just the reason just go for it, just piss off the fan base.
Absolutely.
Can't see his man goal.
Quality. Right then, guys. We've been going an hour and 40. Have you got anything else you want to add, Sean, before we start closing it down?
No, just say it was a great stream. It was a fantastic stream again.
Mm-hmm.
It was great to see some new people on and some great opinions from everybody.
It was good to get me out handed to me, wasn't it?
By Stevie. Yeah, no, it's, you know what it is, right? I come on here and I get, and sometimes it's just nice to let people come on and actually vocalize rather than typing, because it's, a lot of people have really strong opinions, and it was really nice to see a few more people come on, a few people who maybe haven't been brave enough before, put the face onto the screen. Really good, and whether it's good, bad, the ugly, whatever it is, we're all fans and we just want to get together and have a chat. So I want to do this once a week, once a fortnight going forward, and give everyone an opportunity to come in. And I know you guys both agree with it. You love doing it. And it's how we should be as a community. Give everyone a voice. That's what I want to do on here.
And I think we should get Stevie on Just Joe's channel to sort them out.
That's the thing. That's the thing. He's banned from Joe's channel.
Oh, is it really? Is it? Oh, bless him. Well, it was good anyway. I love the passion. It was good. But yeah, anyway, right, Sean, we're going to wrap it up at that, I think. Sean, thanks for coming on as always, mate. Danny, absolute legend. Thanks for coming on, Danny. And
no problem.
Sean, you too.
Danny.
Everyone in chat, thank you so much for putting your comments up. Obviously, I haven't been able to read them out. We've had a very in-depth stream tonight, but love the comments. Thank you so much. And I'll try and get some more content out this week, even though we haven't got a midweek game. Watch this space. You know what I'm like. I like to keep busy. I like to do these lives. So thanks so much for everyone. The channel's growing. My community is growing. Love you all. Thanks so much. Good night. Take care.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. There we go. Bit of love.